Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to cut a 6 pieces skirt. As you can see on the picture, I actually made it for my customer. It's not my size. As you can see, first I'm making use of a lace fabric. So I'll spread out my fabric and fold into two. Spreading it out properly. There's my chalk and my tape. The waist, first of all, okay, before I start, the length of the folded fabric. The down part is 10 inches. You can use 11. So I'm going to measure out just like your normal basic skirt pattern, 6 inches. That is the line between your hip, 6 inches. The top, that's for the waist. I'm actually gonna be trimming out the edges of the lace. I'll use it at the end. So that's the waistline, the hip line. Like I said, 6, then 9 inches. I'll roll it out. Then this is the knee. Depends on what you want, depends on the person's height. You can use 19, 18, 20. It depends on how tall the person is. So first, when making a 6 pieces skirt, you fold the waist, you divide it into 6. That's for the middle part. You actually divide it into 6. For example, if the person's waist is 30, you divide it into 6. You have 5. Then the middle part, the up part, that's the waist part, you mark it. There's no need to add allowance. Don't add allowance to it. Then the hip, you divide the hip also into 6 parts. If the hip is 40, you divide it into 6, but this is 47. I'm just making use of measurement that your head can wrap around very fast. 47. So you have like 6. Then for the calf, that's the knee, you can use 5 inches for the knee. Then you join your lines, join it like this. And when you get here, that's when you now spread it out. Like I said, depends on how wide you want your skirt to be. This, I don't really want it to be that wide, so that's why I'm gonna be making use of 10 and a half. So I join my lines together in a curve, just make a slight curve. When you get to the knee, then you spread out like a semi triangle, like a half triangle. You roll. If you want a very big flowing skirt, you can make the down 13, you can make it 14. Depends on how big you want it. Some people, they don't really like the big ones. So now I'm gonna be trimming out the lace edges. Like I told you initially, I'm gonna be making use of it later. I'll trim down out too from the down. So this is the middle part. I'm just indicating the hip part and the knee. That's it. So the next thing I'm gonna be doing now, I'm gonna be cutting out another one exactly like that. This is it. I'll spread it, cut it out with that one. I'll place it on it and use 1.5 inch for my zip allowance. This is actually the back part. So we have the back and the front now. So I'll indicate the back part, the zip allowance. I'll cut it out. Then I'll shear it into two because it's the back part. So the next thing I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be cutting the side of the skirt. I'm making use of 15 inches. So I'll place this part like this. I'll place it, as you can see the edge of the middle part, I'll place it on the folded end of the other fabric that I folded. I'm gonna be using it to trace out the edge of the folded end because that's where I'm gonna be joining it. So that's why I need it to be accurate. So you place it on it like this and trim out. But before you trim, make sure you can measure to make sure your the hip part is accurate. Then you trim it down this way. So I'll trim out, just follow the edge like this in accordance with the edge of the middle part. So it's now trimmed off. So by the time I'm joining, I'll join it like this. So now the next thing, I'll place it on top. I've placed it on top. Then I'll now measure my waist. I'll measure my waist. Now you measure your waist and normal measurement, divide by 4. Then you mark. If your waist is 30, you use 7.5. Then for the hip, you divide it into 4 like your normal skirt. You place on the hip part, you measure, add your 2 inches allowance. You mark it together, join your lines with a curve. Then for the knee, initially I used 5 for the middle part. So I'm gonna be making use of 9. I'll add 2 as my allowance, 2 inches. Then I join my curve to my knee. This is just like a basic skirt pattern. Then from here, I'll now make my calf down. Like I told you, depends on how big you want your skirt to be, how wide. If you want it really wide, you can use 15. If you don't really want it wide, you can make use of 10. You join your lines. From the knee down. I'm trimming out the edges. Like I told you, when I'm done, I'll join them together and put it at the down part of the skirt. So like you can see, this is the side, then this is the middle. So with the side, I'll cut out another 2 piece for the back. In joining, this is how you join. You start from up and sew it down. You do the same with the back. Sew it down from up down. That's it. This is the finished product of the skirt. This is the finished skirt after coupling. I hope you like this video. Please share this video, comment, like it. If you have any questions, just ask me. I'll respond to you as fast as possible. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe for more videos. You can send me a comment on what type of video you want me to make, and I'll gladly do. All right, thanks a lot. Bye bye.